Okay, but seriously, welcome back to another installment of 24 hours of reading straight with Michaela. So as mentioned in a previous 24-hour reading vlog, I couldn't find the Heartstopper series, and then I did, and so now we have it. So my plan today for the next 24 hours is to smash through this series. I'm jumping on the bandwagon. Finally. I did read Heartstopper in 2020, I want to say, and really enjoyed it, but I read it very quickly because I know that I was on a lunch break and I read it in one lunch break. Like, that was the entirety of my lunch break. I just read Heartstopper Volume 1. And I enjoyed it, but I don't think I appreciated it as much as I could have. And your girl wants to watch the show, so we are going to read the Heartstopper series today. Wild. However, as structured in the last reading vlog that we did of this style, we also listened to an audiobook for the purpose of doing things in my house to maintain it, because I'm an adult now, and it's currently, the book that I'm listening to is actually propping you up. So you are currently being held up by The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, which is what I'm currently listening to at the moment. I think I'm at around chapter 13-ish. I don't think that I'm gonna finish that in the next 24 hours. However, I do have things to do, and I will finish it this weekend, just not today. Now, the real question for this video is actually, is she going to finish A Darker Shade of Magic? Or will she just keep reading it, as with the last video? Because we only made it this far, and I haven't made it any further since 2 weeks ago when I started reading this. So, A Darker Shade of Magic, potentially on the menu. We'll see how we go. We are, however, going to read another fluffy romance because they worked so well last time. So, let's consult the shelves because, as previously stated, we have a few. So, the current list that we have include Beach Read, as shown last time, Take Me Home Tonight by Morgan Matson, or You've Reached Sam, which is, I know is not a contemporary like rom-com, but I know it's a romance and I've heard that it's good, so we could do this one as well, but I'm not sure. We're not gonna do Take Me Home Tonight, that's not a today thing. Do we jump on the Emily Henry bandwagon as well? Or do we read sad? No, we're gonna do Beach Read because I know this is gonna make me sad, and being sad means I won't want to continue with anything else. We need to keep the vibes up today. We need to keep the energy up, the romance up, the fiction up. We're gonna read Beach Read. That is it. This is my TBR today. This is what we're doing. So stay tuned. I'm gonna start by listening to The Cruel Prince because I have a house to clean, because I haven't cleaned it all week because we hyperfixated on crocheting a sweater vest, and so nothing else got done. And so the house needs to be cleaned. I need to wash my clothing. I have no clothes to wear. We're a mess. We're gonna clean up. I'll see you soon. So we've changed because it's cold. This is my Cheshire Cat onesie that I've owned for over a decade. There we go. I struggle if we go below 20 degrees Celsius. We have actually made it more than halfway through The Cruel Prince. I'm very impressed with myself. We're at page 216. So things are heating up, and I don't know, am I enjoying it? That is the question. I'm starting to feel like with books like The Cruel Prince and These Hollow Vows, they're kind of like, they're just trying to fill the Sarah J Maas void, realistically, but I'm just not convinced yet. I'm just not convinced by like the bully romance. It's the bully romance thing again. I'm just not about it. Same with Zodiac Academy, not my jam. Anyway, we are about to now sit down and restart, because I have already read this before, Heartstopper Volume 1, and then I'm going to immediately jump straight into number 2 once I'm finished that, because it is now officially 11:45 and I started this at 10, I think. So 10 AM, we have read for an hour and a half, maybe. We haven't made it as far as I want to do, but that's okay. We'll get there. Let's start reading Heartstopper. How on earth, the first time round that I read this, did I not immediately pick up the second one? What was wrong with me at that point in time? Super cute, amazing, loved it. 4 out of 5 stars. So good. Few things to touch on with Heartstopper. Honestly, I feel like it reads, and a lot of the characters have a lot of characteristics of almost like anime, which I really enjoy and appreciate. Like the characters that just pop up out of nowhere to explain things. I think the two that did it were the teacher and the sister in this one. Second, there is so much swearing in this, so if you are a young person and you are sensitive to those things and or are not allowed to hear those things, first of all, why are you here? And then second of all, you probably should look at some parental permission before reading this. But in saying that, it's so good and it has so many lovely themes. I haven't even told you, I'm sure you know what Heartstopper is about, but basically it follows our two main characters, Charlie and Nick, and it tells the story of Charlie, who is a young gay boy, and Nick, who is a young, confused, unsure what he is at the moment boy, as they kind of become friends, and Charlie joins the rugby team with Nick and they become like friends from their prep group. Like, it's super cute, super cute. I love it so much. Other things to note: I didn't tell you the plot of The Cruel Prince, this one. It's another like kind of YA / new adult fantasy surrounding fairies. Holly Black is apparently one of the best fairy writers. I would probably believe it. She's pretty good at it. Follows our main character Jude. She and her twin sister and older sister, who is half fae, were taken from the human world to the fairy world when their parents were killed in front of them by said older sister's father, who is a fae, and he's like one of the like nobility for like the king of the Seelie world or whatever. The girls, having now been raised in this fairy world where they are humans, have to figure out how to make a name for themselves and make a place for themselves, because they are looked down upon. They are seen as a completely different, like, subservient species. They're not liked. But Jude is headstrong. She is our headstrong heroine who really wants to prove that she belongs there and that she belongs in fairy. So that's The Cruel Prince. Words cannot express the feelings at this point in time. I'm gonna jump straight into number 2 because I did not realize that it was that much of a cliffhanger. But we're gonna change locations because as much as I love this chair, I don't want to be sitting in it for 24 hours this weekend. So it is now currently 12:35-ish. Got a bit of time left in the day, which is nice. We might, you know, go like sit outside for a bit. Experience the outside air. It is gloomy today. It's very gloomy. It looks like it's gonna rain. It has been raining all week and I am gonna go sit in it. We're gonna go sit in the rain. Welcome back. So we have finished volume 2 of Heartstopper. It is 1:43. I didn't like it as much as the first one. I definitely think it's a bit more of like that bridging book, but it was still really good. And I am gonna jump into 3, but I do have life things to do for now. 4 out of 5 stars again. I think 1 was maybe like a 4.5. We'll go a 4.5 for 1. 4 for 2, but we have to put another load of washing on. We've got to hang the other load of washing out. We have to unpack the dishwasher because that's now done. Oh, I love being an adult. It's so fun. Is that? It's a lens flare. Or is it? No, it's a smudge on my screen. No, we're good. Okay, hi, welcome back. We're gonna make another coffee because 24 hours of reading. We need it. My mug is charged. We are ready to go. We just take coffee and the hot water and then we'll be good to start Heartstopper number 3. It is the biggest of the 3. I'm very excited. Give me more of Nick and Charlie, please. So I have officially decided that Charlie's sister is my favourite character in the entire series. She just appears and I love it. I love it so much. It's so good. Once more with feeling.
It's not a book.
Why isn't it a book?
Because it's a graphic novel.
But why isn't it a book?
Because there's more pictures than words.
Everyone has full permission to tell Jared why he is wrong.
It's not a book.
It is a book. It has pages.
I could go extra further and say it's a comic book, but then I'll get destroyed.
It has pages. It has a front and back cover.
Newspaper has pages too, not a book.
It doesn't have a front and back cover.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It's just not hard. It's a soft cover.
Hetty's in book.
No. Look, you've made Cora depressed.
We finished volume 3. This is my favorite so far, I think. There was just so many like adorable, cute moments and some really actually quite heavy topics that are being handled appropriately, I think, at this point in time, which is really nice. I love that the teachers also have like a little romance happening. They're like the grumpy sunshine trope, and I love the grumpy sunshine trope so much. Thinking back to this morning when I started just Heartstopper number 1, we've come so far. We've come so far in only 3 graphic novels and a mere 910 pages. All right, last one, number 4. We're just gonna get straight into it because I need to know what happens. Let's go. Sylvie, what are you doing? Hi, we did it. We finished Heartstopper in one day. I'm not surprised, like it's not hard to read, it's a graphic novel. Book 4 was heavy. Book 4 was heavy. Just like every trigger warning, just, it's there, look it up if you want to read it. Wow, so I think 3 was definitely my favorite. 3 is when they were in Paris. 4 was heavy. 4 was heavier than I expected. That was hard, but good. Like, dealt with in a good way. Very realistic, very nice. Final rankings, 4.5, 4, 5. We're gonna go with a 5 for 3. 4. We're gonna go with 4. I was gonna make it lower, but it's not the book, it's me. And so I am separating myself from the book. Book is a 4. Book is a 4. We did it. We finished Heartstopper. Quick break for some food because I am hungry, and then we actually are just gonna start beach read straight away because Emily Henry has been just everywhere. She's got her own entire section at most bookstores now because all of her books have blown up on TikTok. I believe that this is about 2 authors and they're both having writer's block, and so they write for each other in each other's genres, is my rough estimate of the story. I'll let you know when I'm further into it, but for now, beach read. No, first food, then beach read. Okay, so I'm literally only like 25 pages into beach read at this point, but I'm tired. It's only 6:10. So we'll have an interesting night ahead of us. So yeah, 25 pages in, and our main character has learned that in her perfect life that she thought she had kind of fell to pieces when her dad died, and she found out that he had a secret life and a secret lover, and she now is living in his secret house to write her next book. So we've just been introduced to Mr. Grumpy next door, which I presume is the enemy to the lover of this enemies to lovers romance. Look, it's honestly not badly written. I'm actually like quite impressed with the writing style thus far for a contemporary romance book. Emily Henry seems to be doing quite well, and that might just be because I'm coming off the back of The Hating Game, which was not amazingly written with great characters. So We'll continue to do this, but I'm going to pour myself either another glass of wine or a coffee, haven't decided yet, and keep reading. We'll debrief again eventually about this book. But for now, more beverages.
You shut the wall, didn't you? Wow, you got both of us.
I fell asleep. No. Oh boy. Good morning, everyone. It is 7:40. I'm tired. I think I fell asleep last night around 1 in the morning reading, so we only made it to 181, but we're more than or just at halfway through at this point for beach read. I don't know, it's fine. I would watch it if it was a movie, but putting effort into reading it, like, I have no attachment to the characters, I have no attachment to the story. Their like little banter thing isn't the best. I don't know, it's just not vibing with me, unfortunately, and I'm just waiting for, I don't know, more depth to happen because it just seems real surface level. So that's where we're at this morning. I've got about an hour and 20 minutes until the end of my 24 hours, so I'm going to get through as much of beach read as possible. I will finish this today because if I don't, I won't pick it back up again. Alright, this is it. This is the final stretch. We are at 9 AM, 1 hour left, and we have about 100 pages left. Can we do it? Let's find out. Give me like 5 minutes to feed the dogs and then I will be back. Alright, we have recaffeinated. Our front door is getting installed downstairs, but we've hit the end of another 24 hours of reading. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I really actually enjoy these videos, and I think that they're a fantastic way for me to actually set aside time to read, because reading for 24 hours straight is something that I used to do a lot as a child, and it is how I discovered my love for reading, and it's how I got through so many books and stories in my childhood. One could say it was an escape, but that is fine. But it's been really nice to be able to kind of plan to skirt all of my responsibilities for 24 hours straight to an extent, and to completely immerse myself into these worlds and these stories. And I'm so grateful that I actually get to do that. So, with all of that out of the way, let's go through the books I read. We didn't read A Darker Shade of Magic. Are we surprised? No, we're not. I will finish this sometime in June. We made it to page 283 of The Cruel Prince. Am I loving it? No. Like, it's fine. I'm going to keep listening to it. I won't pay money for them in the future books though, and I have already reserved them on my library apps. So like, if it comes to it, I will listen to them via the library apps, but I probably won't use my money to pay for these again. We read all 4 of the Heartstopper volumes yesterday. I was absolutely blown away by these. I think that they are worth the hype. I will urge you to check any of the trigger warnings if you need to, if that is a thing that you require and want to do, because book 4 was heavy. Am I going to try and find them online? Probably, more than likely, and then I will read volume 5 when it comes out. One thing that was really cute is that Charlie is a Converse boy and Nick is a Vans boy, and I just thought that that was like the cutest little detail. There's a lot of nod to detail in these as well. I think that that's what I like about them, is if I went back and read them again, which I will be doing at some point in the near future, I would pick up so much more because there's so many hidden things, just things that you wouldn't necessarily notice when you're reading it the first time. So yeah, Heartstopper was great. I really enjoyed Heartstopper. And then we made it to page 277 of Beach Read. So the thing that I'm struggling to get through with Beach Read is that all of the kind of mystery points and stuff have kind of been hinted at already to an extent. There's new things that are kind of being brought in every now and then, and I have an inkling as to where this is going, but it should be pretty easy to finish. If I sit down for another hour now, I'll probably get through it. But for the sake of the video and for the sake of the 24 hours, didn't finish Beach Read. But that's okay. I will finish it today. But that's it. That's another 24 hours of reading done. I thank you all for coming along on this journey with me once again. Stay tuned for another 24-hour vlog at some point in the near future, because I have learned that this is my new love. These videos, I love to film them, I love to edit them, I love to be able to skirt all of my adult responsibilities. But that's it for this video. So thank you so much for coming along on the journey with me. Thank you so much for watching to this point if you have made it this far. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing that. That would be amazing. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Now the real issue is, where do I fit these into here?